Good evening, everyone. This is Apollo here with another video. We're gonna be flying in the Magknight 787. This is the newest version, as far as I know. Though I did update it like a bajillion years ago, so I could be wrong. It is 1.7, I think. 1.7 something. I think it's just 1.7. So this is the livery that is compatible with the airframe, and it's been a few months since I've flown the 787. I don't really fly it too much because it's a good plane. I like flying it. I like looking at it. It's that sometimes the autopilot messes up and it's just gets really awkward when you're going into final and it doesn't want to capture things or it's starting to like do its own thing. So um, that's okay though. I mean, it's buggy. It's what it's gonna be, but it doesn't always do that. So it doesn't really always do that, just sometimes it does that. And so continuing on, we're gonna be going from, I think, I know it's a little small, I don't want it to be too big, but um, I've been watching the other videos, I was like, oh, it's kind of small actually, so people are probably like, what are you even looking at? So, for flight, bottom right, the route of flight is KDFW, fork 2 to fork transition, ELD, it's gonna be right here. El Dorando. Dorando? Yep. Oops, VR to Holbrook 3. And the winds are favoring 18 right now, so we're gonna be looking at 18 center. 17 right, winds are favoring at Dallas right now. It's gonna be 17. We're gonna cruise at 37,000. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Flight level 370. The fuel we're gonna burn about, I'm gonna put in like 40. It's an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm gonna try something different, maybe use some checklists here and there. So I found these on the internet, but you know, who knows? We'll try it out. But I'm gonna try to keep this as relatively cool as possible and entertaining. And if it's completely wrong, then it's completely wrong, but that's okay. It's all for fun. So we're gonna hop in and we're gonna get started. And I don't think they have a pre-flight checklist, honestly. They do have one, but okay, it's not really that. We're just gonna do like post pre-flight, like post boarding. So what? Um. So I guess this will be a tutorial, a cockpit tutorial on how to set up everything. Though I may not do it right, or I may do it wrong. That's okay. So batteries come on, as far as I know. That way you can turn this on, and that way you can go to. If your settings are different, you can hit settings, change this to feet, inches mercury off, and do all those types of things. Use roll for nose wheel steering. I believe I left that on auto, which is fine, and it works. And use pitch for brake, keep that off. Pause at touch top of descent. You don't need that. And the rest of them, it's up to you. Satcom to Satcom. The ground services for jetway external power available. So I'm pretty sure it's already there. So I believe it's already there. And plus we have the jetway connected anyway. So that's pretty neat, right? So then what we're gonna do is external power on left and right. Turn on the cabin utility. Then we're going to make our way up here. Irises, we're gonna just align those. I don't think you can test. Oh, you can test. Yeah. I did not know that. I didn't think most of these switches work. And they do have oxygen here. Okay, cool. Just turn the window heat on. These are all backups, primary. I believe it's auto anyways. So do that. And we're gonna leave these off for now. Passenger seatbelt signs. We'll leave off for now, as we're not boarding just yet. I'm just gonna, I'll say when we're boarding, right? Because then it makes more sense, and I'll hit it on. And nav lights. We don't need the logo lights, but the navs is fine. Anti-ice, we can leave those on for now. I mean off. Wipers are off, and we can turn the packs on. We do have external power, so it should supply packs, air packs. And that, for now, we'll just hop down here. We'll plug in our route of flight, and I'm gonna hide the iPad because we don't need to see that anymore. It's like, who wants to see that? Whoop! I forgot. Click that. We're gonna go here first though, and load everything. You don't really want to touch the FMS until you do the electronic flight bag. Overview, galley. It's gonna be a short haul, anyways. Well, yeah, short haul. We're gonna have galley stuff. Crew is gonna be 2. Cabin crew. What 10? Doesn't really matter. Passengers, I think it's for every 30. It's a 200. Kind of heavy. Better to be on the heavy side. This plane likes to float a lot, anyways. We'll keep it as even as makes sense, I guess. We can assume we're taking. If you have 200 passengers, you're gonna kind of have a lot of cargo weight, anyways. So we'll do 30,000 pounds. Sounds kind of a lot. So we're taking other things there. I assume. We're gonna go with that nice 40,000 I said earlier. Enough, right? Each engine burns how much? 12 gallons. Yeah, so it should be about 40. Upload link is just SimBrief. Apparently, is connected to that. So I did not know that. Hit aircraft is loaded. Hit OK. We're gonna initialize the flight. We're gonna go performance. We're gonna airport. You're just gonna type in your information KDFW. Runway. Like I said, we're taking off 17 right. Dry. Winds is. I have the weather on my iPad. Wow. KDFW look kind of bad. No, it's not. Okay. Is that Memphis that looks like that? Yikes. 981. 29.81. Temperature outside is going to be 27. So sometimes it does. Whoop. Wind is not 2181. Wind is 200. Make sure you always backspace. 200/15. Alright. Now the temperature, you don't need to type in the knots, it types it in itself, it autofills, so watch this, 29.81, and then they'll put in inches of mercury. Takeoff, it's going to be regular, not derated, we're not doing a derated takeoff, the runway's long enough here. Flaps 5, and then, pretty sure it's anti-ice is auto and width, so it's just auto, and then reverses are all operating. We're going to change this, so takeoff weight has to be changed. So you're going to go to menu, aircraft configuration. You see it's takeoff right here. It's 388.2 with a Mach of 21.1. So I'm probably going to forget that. So I'm just going to hit OK. We're going to go to performance. Backspace on this. Takes a few times. 388.1, right? And then 00. So then it's gonna autofill pounds, blah blah. And then it's 23.1. You're gonna hit calculate, and then you get your V speed. So flaps 5, runway 17 right, toga, takeoff gross weight right here, total available runway or takeoff runway available, and then the accelerated stop distance. So right here, I mean, is stop distance of ASDA. Pretty sure it's accelerated stop distance available. Okay, I was right. Okay, yeah. I had to look that up. V1's 128, VR 147, V2 157. We'll climb out V2 plus 15. That's gonna be too much math. What is that? 172. V1. If we have any abnormalities after V1, basically we'll hit the rotate speed and we'll climb out V2. V1's like the speed at which we kind of run out of runway, so it's like the last chance we get to stop. And that should be fine. Takeoff trim is 5. That's a good number to know because you're gonna need to set that right here. So takeoff trim, set that to 5. Boom, easy. It's in the green box, and now we can work on the FMS. So we're gonna scroll in here. Both FMS are independent, so you're just gonna go to route. We're going to, I think you can just type it in. Yeah, I think they did fix that. That's cool. KDFW, and then we're going to KMEM. We're American Airlines 425. Execute. ENAV. So your target speeds in the climb is 290.74 Mach, 250 below 10. Transition altitude is 18,000. So if you're in Europe or a different area, you can change that based on what area you're in. Point 0.8. I'm gonna do 0.85 in the Mach. Point slash 0.5. There it goes. Cruise altitude is going to be flight level 370. And next page, descent. That's fine. 2.5. Transition level is flight level 180 and 250 at 10,000. So that's okay. That's all good. So we're going to do departure now. You're going to need the runway first. So it's going to be 17 right. Always the runway first. And it's going to be the fork. No transition, so execute that. You go to index again, approach. You don't need the airport for the landing, so if you want to keep this out, you could, but then it wants to know, hey, where are you gonna go? So we're gonna do the Holbrook 3 with 18 center. Where is it? Am I blind? Holbrook 3. Alright. Well, there's no Holbrook 3 with 18 center. So you know what? We'll change this to... Dang. Why would they not have Holbrook 3 to 18 center? That could just be my stuff out of date for this plane. Could make sense. Alright, I'll go with that. Approach. Don't matter to me, honestly. Holbrook 3. Unless I missed it, I'll feel like an idiot, but... hold on. Get that out of here. Arrival is going to be Holbrook with the ELD. Then we're just going to do 18 left. On 18 right. 18 right. Pretty long runway. We'll do 18 left. We're coming from that way anyways. That's a route. And then we're going to do procedures. Approach. ILS 18 left. Reese. So 18 left, 18 left. All good. So 18 left. ELD. And then the ILS. Alright, select. And then flight plan. It's going to be... You can go next page. If you did want to put airways in, this is where you'd put them in. Instead of it should say discontinuity right here. Yeah. So that's fine. So sometimes you don't want to put in your arrival just yet. If you want to have an airway, you're gonna put your departure, and then right here is gonna be like Quebec number, and then to the end point. But since we're not taking an airway, we don't need it. So then we're gonna go to route. Where is it? Legs, I'm sorry. Next page, there's our discontinuity at ELD, so I'm just going to grab that, put that here, execute. And then for this one, I'm probably just going to leave it on route, honestly. I don't know what to leave it on. Fix? Nah, you don't. I guess you could also change things here, so let me try that actually. Oh. Wow, that's pretty wild. Does that actually change this? No way. 120, no way. Oh, 4506. 45, and it changes that. That's wild. So, newsflash, you don't need to use these buttons. You can just you can just use these. So I'm just gonna leave my comm page up there for now. Performance numbers are on the left here. So now we're gonna start boarding. Get the seatbelt signs on, bring everybody on board, and then probably gonna do this pre-flight checklist. Parking brake is set, battery switch is on, APU generator switch is, these should be off by default. I don't know why they're on. APU master is off, external power is plugged in, landing gear is down, flat flare up, speed brakes retracted, yeah, engine, fuels are shut off, Fuel pump switches are off, which they are. Engine insurance checked. Anti-ice is on auto. Window heating is as required. We'll just leave them on. Altitude setting is pretty sure that's just for the cabin, but we have that set. Let me see if we can change. What is it? Air? Yeah, air. No, we can't really change that. So we're just gonna set this to 370. Why not? Doesn't hurt anybody. Set this. Altitude set, IFR clearance we have. Fuel quantity is checked, and then we'll give it a few moments. You know, everyone's boarding. Boop boop boop. And now we're gonna turn our beacon on. The jetway is gonna back up. It's fine. Alright, before I start, seatbelt signs on. Fuel quantity is, let's see, we've got what we need, 41.9 and 20.9, 20.9, that's good. Engine throttle is idle, engine area is clear, auto brake is set to RTO. I've never known you had to set that before, but we're gonna plan push back here. We are taking off runway. I believe this is the 17 of the right, so we're gonna go swing this way onto this line, like so.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Yaw dampener is on. Fly-by-wire setting is. That's a. Honestly, I did see flight controls here. This is manual. This is normal. So flight control mode normal. Okay. EFIS. I don't think you can do any of these other things, but if you could, that'd be pretty cool. Cause I don't know where you'd even find these, but okay. Yaw dampener is. Yaw dampener? Is there one up here? I believe it's already on. I've never seen a yaw dampener button. Yaw dampener. See these checklists a little new to me. A little new. Yeah, there's no yaw dampener button up here. So that's fine. Yaw dampener is on. Alright. Hydraulic pumps are set to on, even though we can leave them on auto. Electric pumps are on. AC packs 1 and on. Cooling equipment is on. Fuel pumps are on. Boom, 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 boom. And what is this? Upper recirc fans. I don't even know if the upper recirc fans are on here, but that's okay. Engine startup. We'll get the pushback here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Here's the tow. Fly-by-wire setting. Fly-by-wire setting. I don't know where you would find that. Like, I'd feel like that'd be in systems here. Like flight controls, right? You know, it's normal. So I'm gonna assume it's normal. Hey. Doesn't say anything about the recirc fans. So I'm just gonna wait. I feel like we might as well just get those on. This is the air conditioning, so why not, right? And I wish, I could have sworn we could change these before. I could have sworn. But, guess not. Oh, this one doesn't come on. Oh, interesting. That's fancy. So these go on, but this one stays on. The rest of them stay on. Stay off.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Oh, we have the parking brake released already? Or he's pushing us back.
Starting pushback.
Confused.
And you may start engines.
This man's wild. Just pushes back with the power of Christ. Alright. So then, alright, APU start master. Probably should have turned that on as he was connecting, which totally didn't come into mind at the time. Its startup is master switch start to on. APU generator. Well, it's start and then on. And then we're waiting for it to start. Let's go to stats here. APU's right here. RPM. Waiting for 100. UGT's climbing. Low temp. Maxed out. Quality's fine. PSI. APU's running. UGen comes on. We can turn these off already. Though we should have took them off like as soon as we switched to APU power, but you know, haha. Oops. Alright. And then now we start number 2 here. Alright, there's N2 rising. T. It's fine. Oil pressure's rising. And then we're number 2. And I might have missed it. It's
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Oh my gosh. Brain farting here. Hold on. Kill that one real quick. We're gonna be here for a while anyways.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'm told you can just flip it up, like, as soon as you see it climbing. I'll just wait. Doesn't take very long to spool. Alright, there's 20. Alright, HT's rising. And N1's rising. Whoop. Alright.
So is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left.
2 start,
We'll see you next time. Have
2
a safe flight.
engine. And then onto auto. Eric, come on. What's up? N2, EGT, oil pressure, fuel flow. And we get the hand signal from him. And they're like, oh, dumb pilots. What are they doing there? Slacking. Okay, that's off. And 1 and 1, and then this comes on, this goes to auto, and this comes to auto. Alright. Let's check the flight controls. Flight controls 1, all the way back. There's the spoilers, 50%, more than a, okay. And then there's the flaps 5. We're gonna check our spoilers here, and deployed, back to 0. And then we're just gonna arm them anyways. So, that's fine. Taxi light can come on. We're gonna be taxiing Kilo, so we're taking a right, straight down, and then taking Echo Foxtrot, all the way to the right. So, doors, auto brake, RTO, seatbelts locked and on, parking brake on. So we're gonna release the parking brake. For taxi, we did everything. Yeah, flight directors on the taxi, parking brake is off. So then taxi checklist. It's just flight directors are on, and that's it. Nice. Honestly, this plane is pretty fun to fly. Not gonna lie. I guess when you set like the auto throttle, that's the real question. Oh, auto throttle comes on later. I guess. What I say was our 172? Dang, this plane goes so fast that like it just doesn't even compute in my mind. To like even pitch up, it's just quick. Like the speed of sound. And yeah, this plane is quiet, so sorry about that. Alright, so pre-takeoff, flaps are set for takeoff, speed brake is retracted, instruments are checked, landing lights will get on now, strobe comes on, and then parking brake is off. Just want to make sure that's off. So then pre-takeoff checklist complete. Alright, and then American 425 cleared takeoff runway 17 right, and then it's like clear takeoff 17 right, RNAV to let me check where we're going. RNAV to T-Rex. It's like okay, RNAV T-Rex American 425 heavy. Alright, so then we're gonna do takeoff checks.
Approaching runway 17 right.
Thank you for flight.
Entered runway 17 right.
Oh my gosh, it's
13.
like she like tells me quietly, then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh, you're entering the runway!" Ah, so that's wild. Alright. Alright. So we have runway heading is verified. We're gonna do spool 40%, good. Up to our takeoff N1. It's gonna be I feel like our flaps like something just extended when it makes that sound. And there's 80 knots as our call out. Next one's gonna be V1. V1. My co-pilot calls it VR, rotate. He's gonna say pause the rate, gear up, and then we're just gonna climb out. We're looking for 172 right now, so we're a little fast. 400 feet, that's okay. I don't want to climb out like, you know, I want to try and hit my speed. Just 1,000, and then we're gonna accelerate to 200. Oh, watch out. Plane wants to dive. I think my joystick is dying. Just kind of gives up. So, auto throttle is armed. And now for the autopilot. And then we're going to put the flaps up and up to 0. Post takeoff, its auto throttle is set to arm. Taxi and landing lights. We'll turn these. We'll keep the landing lights on. We'll turn the taxi light is off. What else is there? Flap lever as required, it's 0. Autopilot on. Route manager. We have the route manager. I believe this is the route manager. Let's talk about this. But then, okay, so post takeoff checklist complete, and then RTO automatically goes to off. All right, so then we're climbing out. Contact departure. What are we? Dallas departure. American 425. 5.2 for 10,000, and then he's like, okay, radar contact, continue climb flight level 370. All right, and then we do a climb out checklist. It's gonna be engine instruments are checked and green. Hydraulic system is, that's an interesting one. Making sure Gen 1, Gen 2, all looks good, and we have hydraulic pressure in awe, so solid. Okay? And then, this is below 10,000. And I didn't even set my altimeter, man. Did I set my altimeters? Come on. 2980, oh my gosh. 2980. I didn't even set that. It's crazy. That's what I always said. Alright. Next checklist comes at above 10,000. So here's our turn to the left now. Oh, good thing I turned off my iPad. I was like freaking out. I was like, wait a minute. I turned off my iPad. Oh, see, and look at this plane is like really nice. Like it's got the wing flex. You know, it's quiet. It does you know the job that you need to do. And like, even though my scenery's trash, you know, the plane looks really nice. You know, it just like that. And did I put the flaps up? Yeah, I did. Okay, I was like, because then the slats would be out if I had one down. So that's okay. It's good. All right. So above 10,000. We'll get our landing lights here. We're gonna make sure the max climb rate is at 2,000. Well, we're gonna accelerate first. I see. Makes sense. Accelerate to climb. And okay, we're at 290, which is what I chose for our climb rate above 10. We're making sure that our climb rate is 250, which it is. Yeah, max climb rate 250 or above that. Auto brake setting is off, which it is. Seatbelt signs is we'll set it to auto. Anti-ice controls. Yeah, anti-ice is fine. Pressurization, I could have sworn you could have clicked these buttons in before. I could have sworn you could have. Because isn't this the pressurization? Yeah, I could have sworn you could click these in. But maybe not anymore. I don't know what happened. I thought you could. Engine starters are checked to off. Are normal. And then AP master knob is off. Altimeter setting, once we get up to 18,000, we'll set 2992. Alright, so guys, we're back in the descent phase. We're gonna be going from, whoopsie, yeah, that's fine actually. That's I was sure we're just on track, which we are. We passed ELD, as you can see. We're gonna be doing the Holbrook 3 arrival. Oh my gosh, almost passed away. It's gonna be below flight level 230 here at Holbrook, so we're gonna expect that, and then we're gonna just follow the limitations down all the way to the runway.
Destination ATIS is 127.75.
Otis is gonna be 290. So as we Bay doesn't have any restrictions, so that's not a big deal. But we're gonna start descent down to probably 160 honestly, and we're traveling eastbound, so probably 150. Not a big deal. Here we're not gonna actually get there anyway, so we're gonna just do vertical descent. Going to do 1,800. We're gonna bring our speed back. See if it likes that. 90 knots in the descent. That's okay. So heads up display, that doesn't even work. Seatbelt sign, we're gonna turn this on now. We're gonna run through the checklist. Anti-ice as required. Navigation displays are checked. TCAS instruments. That should have been TARA. Haha. METAR ATIS. We have the METAR ATIS instruments are checked. Light displays are checked. Hydraulic systems are checked. Air conditioning is checked. That's gonna be here. Just make sure it's pressurized, right? And pneumatics. This is pneumatics. I mean, that's kind of all it is. So that's checked. And then fuel system is checked. 15.4, that's all good. Window heating is on. We are gonna be at 290 knots, so I'm actually gonna change this from ISA to, from Mach to ISA. So let's get there. We'll do 290. Get a 1,700 feet per minute descent down. I don't think we have the arc to indicate what our altitude. So if we do about this in a math way, we're at 34,000 descending down to 15,000. That's gonna be 19. Yeah, 19, and then break that in half. 80 miles. So we need 80 miles. I don't think this is 80 miles. So we're gonna start that descent a little faster. I believe it's less than 80 miles. Here to there. It is 40. So we're gonna need a little bit of a higher rate of descent here. 2,800, so we'll dig. And plus we also want to get down, so might as well deploy the speed brakes while we're at it. Oh, that's the flaps. That's not what I wanted. Yikers. Woo! Alright, so that's fine there. And we'll hit the checklist for the approach phase, which I have up. We'll do that later as we get closer. Oh, and you can do landing. You can do landing stuff here. So if we go to KMEM, runway is going to be 18 left. Condition is good. Wind is going to be... So this is where your stuff would go. Oh, it's IFR right now. Yikes, that's not good. 29. Oh, the wind is 00 at 6. Outside air temperature is going to be 22. 2 and H is the altimeter 29er. 88. Flaps 30. Yeah. Anti-ice is going to be... it's gonna be off. Full reverse, yes. Spoilers are gonna be on auto deploy. Brakes, we're gonna do probably brakes 3, honestly. We're a little heavy. And then landing weight, I believe our gross weight is 376.3, so we're gonna be about 37. What is that? 37. Let me do some quick maths for burning fuel. 373. I think it's gonna be 373. 270. Landing weight, come on, buddy. There goes. That's not what I wanted. Deref add. 5 knots, why not? Yeah, calculate. So now you get the distance. It's VREF plus 5. It's 145 VREF. 140. Landing distance is 6,000 feet. Available landing distances, we have 9,000. So honestly, it's not too bad. Looking pretty good. And if you guys, oh well, yeah, we can see I've left the plate there, like a clown, but that's okay. So there's skis. We're gonna make that nice turn, and then I'm gonna turn off the iPad now, so don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be a dog leg with a diagonal, as you can see on the PFD, the MFD. I'm sorry, multifunction display. What we're gonna do is drop down to 3,000 now. Passing skis. Like, okay, American 425 heavy, clear ILS, runway 18 left. Maintain descend maintain 3,000, and then just maintain 3,000 till established on localizer. Okay, American 425 clear the ILS, 18 left. Send maintain 3000 until established. And then 0.6. Okay, there's Reese down to 3000. It's only the 1000 descent at 7.1 nautical miles. That's really not that bad. We're gonna start bringing our speed down here to 210. We'll do the approach checks now. So below 250, it's gonna be flaps 1. Below 230, flaps. Whoops. Flaps 2, or flaps 5, and then below 215, speed checks. Flaps 15, and then we're gonna go below 200 here. We're gonna get slow, and then below 200, flaps 25. Is this flaps 25 or is this flaps 15? Oh, I'm sorry, flaps 15, 215, and then we're gonna sit here for a bit. We're gonna establish on the localizer. We're taking this gander of a turn here, just beauty. We're gonna put the runway heading in, it's 180. We have that set in our whatchamacallit, in our courses already, but 180 on the heading. Actually, we will set it to, we make a left turn, correct? So it should be a little aft of, be like 115. Be a left turn, so actually just gonna put 120. I don't know what the heading is to here, so that's fine. But that's just for the misapproach procedure. If we have to do it, at least I know it's gonna be a left turn, and that's about it. So approach checks. Landing is gonna be set to 3. Auto brake setting, and landing gear below 2,900 feet. Alright, that's fine. And then speed brakes checked, retracted, and set to arm. Alright, approach checks complete. Visor. Hitting some bumps here and there, that's okay. I don't see the airport, but we are below the clouds. Airport's off to our right here, maybe between this I-beam, if you call it an I-beam. Pillar, I guess is what they call it, right? Pillar, and then okay, we have the localizer here coming up, so I'm gonna say, where are we landing? Memphis approach. American 425. Actually, I won't say that yet because we're not even established. Okay, now we have the localizer and we captured it. I'll say we're established. So I'll say Memphis approach, American 425 heavy established. Localizer 18 left, and he's gonna be like, okay, go to tower, go to Memphis Tower. It's like, okay, go to Memphis Tower, and then so we're passing, going to Ronnie, right? Ronnie's gonna be 2,000. We're gonna send at this much. I think I have to hit approach mode, honestly. Yeah, and there's approach mode, but that's okay, honestly, because we want to go down to 2,000, and Ronnie is the point 6.8 DME from the localizer is gonna be our. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's not right. I'm sorry. 6.8 from the localizer. So we're 13.2 if you look at the bottom here. Look at here, 16.8. So then that's when we want to be at the final approach altitude. And if we're at 2,000 before we hit our final approach, that's okay, because we want to be at or above. There's no big deal. It'd be constant descent, but in this case, we'll just go down to 2,000. Because we've been clear for the ILS approach. Tower is going to say you're clear to land. Runway 18 left. So technically you can either descend or you can hit it at 3,000 and then boom, capture the glide slope, follow down. There's 2,000. We're going to go down to V rest. Now it's 140. 50. I'll put that there. Below 200, flaps 20. On arm, please. Arm. There it is. And below that speed, well, yeah, I didn't want to hit the speed brakes, but below 200, flaps 25. And then below 180, flaps 35. And I hit that button. There is no flaps 30. There's no flaps 35. What the heck? This is a different airplane. Oh wait, no, it's the same one, but I think it's a little different. Okay, that's fine. Don't matter to me. And then gears 2,100 feet, which I was gonna put down, but it had told me I was too low, so I guess that's. All right, and so we have the airport in sight. And if we want to look at the map real quick, here's our flight plan so far. We are on course the whole time, so that's good. And we did that loop-de-loop with that straight line, so I'm gonna put that away. Put my iPad down, and then we're just gonna watch this. So the glide slope is alive. It's gonna be 6.8. Look at that, almost 6.8. 6.8 is the one we intercepted, and 6.8 at 2,000. There's the intercept, and glide slope is captured. Localizer is captured. So in this plane, you're gonna put a localizer. You'll only get this, but then until you hit approach mode, that's when you get the glide slope. But it'll lock the localizer. That's a little tricky if you're trying to shoot like the approach farther back, and you don't want to hit that because it's gonna obviously gonna auto lock it. But keep that in mind. We're doing 145, 47. We have a wind from the right. That's okay, that's kind of anticipated. 200 at 5 on the ground, so as we get in ground effect, hopefully it dies down. I mean, hopefully it changes direction a little bit closer. The weather is good, and yeah, with the checklist, actually you do everything that you need to do, so it kind of is helpful to do it. These are on, right? Yeah. So I mean,
2 mile final runway
it's kind of a
18
good
left.
reminder. So 1,000 above minimums. I guess it'd be 500, right? If you want to do it, but we're using the radio up. So I want to say 1,000 above minimums. And there, it does paint terrain. Here's terrain. Nice. It just paints it really low. We're on glide slope. And I kind of want to hand fly it in, but God, I actually don't want to mess it up.
500.
500 feet.
400.
I don't think it's gonna land on its own.
Approaching minimums.
I forgot it likes to float. It's a floater.
600.
And for some reason, we lost the glide path
100.
on the landing. Alright, the floater, I should have not put so much speed into it.
40.
Let's get back on. Oh my god, why'd it reset? You know what? Probably is my joystick that's broken.
20.
Are we on the ground?
Yeah.
Dang, dude. And reverse. Wow, that was that's a long landing if you know. Dang. Yikes. Do I have to post this, or like can I just delete this, you know? You know? I think I just gotta delete it, right? So, okay. So that landing obviously was on purpose, and I just wanted to test my floating skills, cause you know that's kind of important. Auto brake. Disarmed. Okay, so landing. Yeah. Oh, we have to turn auto throttle off at 500. The autopilot disconnect 300. Reverse thrust. Okay, speed brakes below 70. Below 70, reverse thrust disengage. Auto brakes off. Okay, so taxiing to the ramp now. Speed brakes retracted, which they are. Flaps are up. Taxi light is on. Taxi light comes on. Landing lights come off. Strobe lights come off. And then anti-ice controls. Speeding. Off. Flight directors are pretty sure they're come off. Okay. Alright, so then taxi to ramp checklist complete. And then that's cool. You know, checklists kind of help. They really do help. I agree. I don't even want to watch that landing. I know how bad it was. Okay, we're gonna cross the runways here, and then we're just gonna file a NASA report, ASR report, and then probably gonna become members on what is it? AOPA has like a pilot protection program, so we're gonna do one of those. I'm gonna make a new resume. Probably change my name.
Approaching runway 18 left, 36 right.
After I get my pilot violation.
Entered runway
from the
18 left,
FAA.
36 right.
And then what else I'm gonna do? Probably move to Mexico with a different name, get a new passport. and something like that, honestly.
Approaching runway 18 center, 36 center.
Thank you for flight for
Entered runway 18 center,
the
36
loud.
center.
Oh, look at the whole ramp area is closed. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Crazy. No, but the 787, honestly, it's a little funky. As you can see, I'm Tokyo drifting. The nose wheel, pretty cool. I think it does have landing gear effect, but I mean, it's a nice plane. You just have to be kind of on top of it with the autopilot, especially if you're gonna do VATSIM. Oh my gosh, VATSIM or the other ATC one. Make sure you're on top of the whole plane, just constantly monitoring. You gotta watch the VNAV, LNAV thing. If you put it in heading mode by accident, well, make sure you disengage it and then disengage the autopilot. Same thing with the glide slope actually disappeared, right? You guys saw that? I don't know if you guys saw that, but the glide slope disappeared as soon as I turned off the autopilot, which I mean isn't kind of what you want. But we're gonna line up with this little line here that says something about taxing here or something like that. Okay. And yeah, so engine shutdown checklist. It's gonna be parking brake on, generators off, external power on, engine fuel cut off, taxi lights off, beacon light off, fuel pump switches, and boom, that's about it. So we're just gonna watch the replay of that awesome landing.
Entered runway 36 right, 8,000 feet remaining.
I don't even know what to tell you. Like, tell your kids, whoa. Just imagine the runway doesn't start there. Let's just imagine the runway starts here. Am I right? Hey, so we kind of floated, landed flat. I don't know why my landings in this plane are so flat. It wasn't that flat actually. We did land with nose up, and we did land center line. Come on, you gotta give me that right. We stopped on a dime. The the EFB said we're gonna need what, 9,000, 8,000 runway, 6,000 runway. Well, yeah, 6,000 runway to land to 1,500 to stop. So that's not too bad, but look at this. At least the views are like really nice, and you can see some shopping carts down there. It's a nice Costco parking lot. And then, oh look at, why is this road so long? Oh wow, I didn't know they had a service road out this far. Crazy. You're gonna be like, is this the interstate? And then obviously the interstate because this is not usable runway. Like this whole runway is closed. Like this is not even a runway. It's not even a thing. But look at this landing. Like almost halfway. We basically landed like with 2,000 available runway. But it was center line. See, look at that. Soft, amazing reversers, speed brakes, everything. Like the whole 9 yards for this landing. I have tire pop on, and they didn't pop, so you know, tells you something about my Xplane knowledge, right? It tells you. But but no, I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. It was a bit long. It was a bit long. It wasn't actually long. It was good. I'm gonna cut some things out, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I try to commentate as much as I could. The checklist definitely helps with landing and flying the plane. Checklist in general. I mean, we use checklists in the real plane. I don't fly 787. I mean, at like you use checklists in the real plane. That's all I'm gonna say. and it does help. So let's just watch this one last time before I say thank you and goodbye. And oof, man. I don't even. But look at this. Look at the wing flex. You know, the wing flex really does mess up your landings because the ground effect for Xplane is just like it just thinks. You know, it's so well made that it does mess it up. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this. And see ya.